Thank you. I want to ask some questions about workplace safety, psychosocial hazards in the workplace. Is that you, Ms. Abbas, or?
Yes.
Okay. If you can, in one sentence, what is happening at Concord Hospital?
Can you be a bit more specific?
Well, is it common that there be a scheduled secret ballot vote for a vote of no confidence in health management?
It's not common. I do understand, I've only been in the role 8 weeks myself, but I do understand that the Ministry has worked really closely with Concord over the last couple of years on a range of issues, and we've provided a significant level of support to them.
But clearly, from what certainly we're hearing from doctors in particular at Concord, that level of support is insufficient or misplaced, and there's a strong feeling, not just from doctors at Concord but from other hospitals who have approached us, that there isn't a safe mechanism for them to raise issues about safe places of work, safe systems of work, raise issues about that they think are inappropriate with senior staff. What are we doing to create a culture where all members of medical staff feel that they can appropriately report incidents and be heard?
Mrs. Carter, I might, if you don't mind, address that.
Yeah, thank you.
Deb Wilcox is here, who's the Chief Executive, who's responsible for Concord, so she can specifically talk to that, but I might mention it as well. I, along with Minister Park, have created a quarterly meeting with the Statewide Medical Staff Executive Council, and we recently met with them, and they were able to share with us a recent survey of medical staff councils in which there's substantial improvement over the last 5 years in regard to the view of medical staff councils as they relate to the New South Wales Health Executive broadly across the state. I categorically refute any suggestion that there is no safe place for people to raise their issues.
Okay.
The New South Wales health system absolutely depends on people raising their issues. And it is not to say that every time someone raises an issue that there is agreement as to the substance of that issue. But in regard to Concord in particular, there are a number of things that I would like to put on the record. When issues were identified at Concord 3 years ago now, New South Wales Health, immediately with the former Deputy Secretary in People Governance and Culture, commissioned an assessment of the issues there and actions that were then intended to address them. We then, on top of that, between December 2023 and March 24, sent in Dr. Mary-Ann Gale and another colleague to ensure that those recommendations and action plan were rolled out. We sent them back again in August 2025 to ensure that those recommendations indeed had been rolled out. We have a new Chief Executive for the district. We have a new General Manager for Concord Hospital. I met with the chairs of Medical Staff Council at Sydney Local Health District in August of last year. I attended a combined Medical Staff Council meeting with all medical staff councils in Sydney Local Health District in September of last year, despite the fact that I'd offered to go hospital by hospital and meet with them. We've also commenced a Shaping the System initiative, and we have currently a team led by a clinician, an intensivist, Nee Nguyen from Nepean, going around talking to our system about how we can create and improve better opportunities for people to raise their issues to ensure their voices are heard. As I said, we've established the meetings, Minister Park and I, with the Statewide Medical Staff Executive Council. We know our system's not perfect, and I'm not suggesting it is.
No system ever is.
No system ever is. But in regard to the efforts to address those issues at Concord, I genuinely believe that we have done all that could be reasonably expected of us. That includes me writing to all staff at Concord Hospital, in which I've apologised for the fact that some of those actions were ever required in the first place. I've also apologised verbally, and the People Matter employee survey of Concord Hospital that was conducted last year which Ms Wilcox can speak to, has
Yes, I'm
shown
aware of that.
substantial improvement.
Yes.
So to put a question to us about what is going on at Concord in terms of cultural safety, I think without referencing that is not the full picture, but I'll hand to Ms Wilcox
Well,
to
just
further
before you do, Ms
elaborate.
Pearce, because I've seen that People Matter survey and I agree, but you would have also, I'm sure, seen the minutes from the meeting of the 6th of February 2026 and the
Sorry, which meeting, Mrs Carter?
the meeting, Sydney Local Health District, Medical Staff Executive Council, Concord Repatriation General Hospital Medical Staff Council, the Chair's report, for the meeting of the 6th of February.
No, I would.
Oh, I
would not normally
apologise.
say
I
those.
thought, because this report has, it acknowledges the changes that have been made, but it then goes through 2 pages, failure to adequately address allegations of bullying and harassment, failure to adequately address the concerns of the Medical Staff Council in the strategic plan, failure to adequately consult in relation to the service agreement between New South Wales Health and Sydney Local Health District, failure to adequately fund the rebuild or maintenance of Concord Repatriation General Hospital, draft social media policy,
So,
lists
so
a whole lot of issues.
I understand that list. Can I say that I respect the fact that people raise issues, and I think that the issues were raised by the Medical Staff Council in Concord in 2023. Absolutely acknowledge that there were things that needed attention. My point is that they received the attention. Myself and Mr D'Amato, our Chief Financial Officer, as I said, I've met with the Medical Staff Council executive across the district. We've explained our budget setting process and service agreement setting process. I understand why people may feel that the service agreement perhaps doesn't adequately address what they think it should. If you asked anybody across the health system, they probably would say the same. I'm aware of the proposed vote of no confidence that was to be held last week, but I'll leave that to Ms Wilcox to address. But it is a untenable situation from my perspective to continue to have allegations levelled at myself and my team, for which, for the most part, we are absolutely unable to defend ourselves publicly. When we have done our level best to address those issues, because our view of this is that we want a safe place for our workforce to work in.
Absolutely.
And that means everyone. The Shaping the System work that, as I said, led by Nii Nguyen and Dr Levesque, who's away presently, is a very substantial piece of work across the state so that we can ensure that the voices of our staff are heard. It doesn't mean, though, that we agree with everything that they say. But Deb, did you want to comment about the meeting on Thursday?
Yes, thank you. The first thing to say is that Concord Hospital is an extremely high-performing hospital. The People Matter survey results really strongly represent the efforts of myself, the General Manager and the whole team to strongly engage with that hospital and engage with staff. I attend sessions called speed dating, I affectionately call them, where people can come and talk to me about anything, 15-minute slots. I visit the hospital regularly. The General Manager is actively engaged with the staff down in the ED on busy days, etc. It is a great culture. It's got a strong community support. It's a terrific hospital. It would be fair to say that there are individuals in staff, like in any organisation, have a slightly different view about matters and continue to raise the same matters in relation to strategic plan, in relation to the service agreement, etc. I'd like to just the committee to understand that these issues have been raised repeatedly and have been repeatedly answered to try and assist certain members of staff that, you know, these are the processes, this is how we do things, and let's keep talking about it. Open door policy, happy to engage at any time, any place. I did attend.
Stop you there, Ms Wilcox. Is that perhaps an issue? Because if the same issues are being raised and the same answers are being given, does that lead then into a feeling that we're hearing that concerns that are being raised are not being heard?
There may be a very small minority of people, I expect, that may still feel dissatisfied with the responses, but again, I need to emphasise to the committee our efforts to communicate and engage with all staff on all matters has been intense. I've attended hundreds of meetings, engaged with hundreds of staff, and many issues are raised, and everybody's entitled to a response. The medical
If it's just a small group, why then have we got to the point where there is a planned secret ballot vote of no confidence?
I attended the Medical Staff Council meeting last week when this motion of no confidence was to be discussed.
Yes.
There was 2 people who supported it. The remaining members of the Medical Staff Council on the meeting did not, and spoke up very strongly that they did not feel this was an appropriate response, that the local health district and the local management have been highly engaged with the hospital. As I said, the results of the PMS speak for themselves. They felt like many of the issues were historic, had been prosecuted on many occasions, and that some of the more contemporary issues around primary care, aged care, were valid issues that we should collectively discuss, but they certainly did not support the vote of no confidence.
Okay, thank you. The other issue that we're hearing, and not just from Concord but across, is that there may be not mechanisms within health but also mechanisms internally within the culture of some hospitals, that if more junior doctors want to report something, they feel that they're facing career being blocked, or
By whom?
by more senior doctors, but that's a cultural issue in that hospital. So, what work is being done? I mean, is that a valid concern? If it is, what work is being done to address those cultural issues?
Look, Deb might be able to talk to some of the more specifics, and in fact, Tracy from the Hunt has done a lot of work in this space with junior medical officers as well. It's really important that our staff have the ability to raise issues. And we're also aware that at times the hierarchical nature of health can impede that. You won't be surprised to know that across 185,000 headcount staff in New South Wales Health, I get quite a lot of communication directly from staff within our health system. And I can tell you that I respond to those people every single time.
Thank you.
Because I think it's important that they do express to me at times a degree of trepidation about reaching out. What we're trying to do is establish a system within our health system that no matter who you are, no matter whether you're a junior medical officer, junior registered nurse, a cleaner, a porter, no matter who you are, you have the ability to raise your issues. And this is a very important cultural piece of cultural work, because we are slowly breaking down some of the hierarchical nature of our health system. But it does take time. And my message to our chief executives has been consistent. If it's good enough for me to pick the phone up and talk to someone, it's good enough for anyone.
And are you satisfied that all the chief executives are doing that? They're following your lead?
I am satisfied that our chief executives do their level best to address every issue that they can as quickly as they can.
Thank you.
Could we do it better? Absolutely.
Always, yeah.
But there are forums for junior medical officers where they can come together. There are other forums. The unions obviously advocate on behalf of their members. But this is an area that we genuinely want to see improved. You mentioned the social media policy. Can I just say the social media policy within New South Wales Health is part of a whole of government process. It is not New South Wales Health specific. We have consulted widely with unions and made changes to it as a consequence of that. Of course, people need to be able to speak up. But to be perfectly honest, a place for them to speak up is in their workplace. And if that doesn't work, there are other avenues which we publish to our staff. So, you know, the use of social media is fit for many purposes. And people do use it, and they're entitled to use it, of course. But our policy is not designed to quell the voice of our staff from reporting issues.
Thank you. Ms. Overs, can I just pick up this morning, we were talking about conscientious objections. So I'm trying to understand, I didn't believe that there were policies across health for conscientious objection. Are you developing a whole of health policy, or?
We are developing a policy policy, yes.
So it will be whole of health, it won't be procedure specific?
We provide guidance, so on issues like this, we would provide guidance across the health system.
Sorry, I don't know. What is the document on which you're working? Does it relate
It will be a
specifically
policy
to certain
directive.
procedures, or is it for the whole of health?
This is for the whole of health.
And what drove the development? This is a new document then?
I will need to come back to you on that. I'm not, unless one of my colleagues can clarify. if
Sorry,
it's
are you revising an existing document
I
or
need to
creating
come
a
back
new
to
document?
you on that. Like I said,
Well,
I need
so
to
who's
check.
doing the work on it?
I'll just check if Mel is able to answer that. Thank you.
She's not sworn in.
I think I might be from last time.
Oh, yeah, she was here last time. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So the work's been done by a range of branches in consultation with districts. It's
And just so I've got it straight in my head, is it a new from scratch document or is it a revised document?
at the moment, it's an existing document, but it
Right.
may well be, as we review it, we might need a
So the
companion
existing
document.
document isn't a whole of health, it I think just relates to specific procedures, doesn't it?
That's right.
Okay, so it's still, the intention is it would still be procedure specific?
Look, I think it's probably too early to answer that.
Okay.
Probably.
What's driving this work? What was the impetus for it?
I didn't start the work. It's been in the works for some time. The
Who
policy.
can answer? I mean, there must be so many projects. Why did this one get to the top?
Oh, well, look, I mean, in terms of our policies, we have regular reviews of all our policies.
Okay.
Generally, our policies are 5-year documents, but
Yeah.
some of them,
And is this a 5-year review?
I'd have to take that on notice.
Can you take that on notice?
Yes.
Okay. But if it's going to change from its existing scope to a broader scope, what's driving that piece of work?
Oh, it'll be it's the consultation. So when we
Consultation with whom, sorry?
well, look, all New South Wales health documents and policy directives have a consultation, principally with our staff, with our districts, with other branches in the ministry. To some extent,
And when is the consultation about this document going to occur?
I'll have to take that on notice.
If you could, that'd be great. Thank you. And so at the moment, it's a piece of work, but it's in draft. And
I think we'll have to take the issue on notice, Mrs. Carter. I just don't think we're sufficiently informed to address
all right.
it today.
Okay. Thank you. A couple of quick questions for you, Ms. Wilcox, if I may. I understand that there's a mosquito infestation at RPA. Is that correct?
I wouldn't necessarily describe it as an infestation.
Right.
There was a complaint about some mosquitoes being in one of our postnatal wards. That was attended to upon being made aware. Clearly, we can't spray when there are mothers and babies in the area, so we have to be cautious about how we undertake that.
And is that related to the construction or separate?
It would be mosquitoes in Sydney, wet summer, puddles everywhere with the rain, doors open in the hospital. It would be impossible for me to guess how, but the important thing is once raised. Of course, that's an unpleasant thing for any patient to experience, and it was attended to promptly, as I understand.
And in relation to the construction, is it true that, I'm guessing it must be the neonatal ward or the maternity ward was moved because of noise issues for the babies?
Yeah, that's correct. As part of the program of works, the work that Health Infrastructure and the construction team are doing is mostly around that eastern end of the hospital. Our neonatal intensive care unit, our intensive care unit, and some of our maternity wards are co-located in those areas.
Yes.
So we've been doing some acoustic monitoring and testing, working through with the construction company just what is happening.
And were they moved? Or you've
Yes,
just
we
been-
moved the postnatal ward, we moved that up into level 10 into
Yep.
the block and relocated our geriatric ward. It's a complex build. There will be a lot of dominoes
Yeah,
as we
understand.
move around the site. But importantly, patient safety and comfort, and particularly those of little babies, is absolutely paramount.
No.
And I've been stringently overseeing that sound and noise testing
Thank
to
you.
ensure our patients are at the front of our care.
Nice, thank you. Can you answer questions about John Hunter, or is that you? Oh, just a couple of quick questions about John Hunter.
Musical chairs.
Sorry. What did the Hunter New England LHD do to fix the mould growth problem in the John Hunter paediatric outpatient unit reported in February 2025?
So when I reported on that earlier, we just had a program of work. We knew where the mould was. We went through it all. We moved some clinics so that we could clear that space. There was some ceiling tiles that needed to be replaced. And we did it relatively quickly in a few days, but now we've got this monitoring system so that we don't
And so
end
the
up in that
outbreak in
place again.
November 2025 was the same process?
Yes, we keep, I think it was the
and,
same
and,
one.
and how often are you getting outbreaks of mould?
It seems to happen around about summertime.
Okay.
The indications are all, why you get mould anywhere. So we've got a program in place to look out for it, especially when we know that it's
Okay.
been detected in the past.
And what does the acronym PODU stand for?
I don't know.
It's a unit at John Hunter Hospitals, apparently.
Pediatric outpatients.
I don't think we should be guessing about acronyms.
I've not heard that acronym before.
I think it's
I'm
in
sorry.
those documents.
Anybody got a best guess?
Sorry,
might
what
be?
was it?
PODU?
No, we'll find that out and
Yeah,
I'll
we can
guess.
take that on notice.
Yeah, thank you, because I understand that part of John Hunter also has a mould problem.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's on the list as a
Is it the same part of the-
It's a secondary location that's noted with
and
identification
And what
of
is
mould.
PODU? What is that
I
location?
don't know the answer to
Okay.
that. We'll take that on notice. and
sorry.
we'll
It might be
confirm
helpful for the
detail of
committee. I
that.
think it's Pediatric Oncology Day Unit.
Okay, so we think it's Paediatric Oncology Day Unit. Does that sound right?
It could be, and that was part
Okay.
of the in the remediation plan.
Okay, so
Yes.
so the Paediatric Oncology Day Unit was part of the remediation plan. Great, thank you. Mrs. Mitchell.
Yep.